Hello everybody. Just going to bring up the whiteboard. Imagine you had a sentence like, you work hard. So the main verb in the sentence is work. Imagine you want to express something about the necessity or the possibility of working hard. So you want to express a bit more than the simple activity. You want to express how free you are. Let me explain this a bit better. So in terms of it's necessary that you work hard, what would be a verb that we could use to indicate how necessary it is that you work hard? So for example, we could use must. You must work hard, meaning, so your freedom to act, you don't have much freedom to act, it's a necessity. Your freedom to act is limited. So if I write about freedom to act. Okay. What about if I, the speaker, think it's a good idea that you work hard? How would you express that? I think it's a good idea. You don't necessarily have to do it, but I think it's good. You would use should. What about it being not necessary? It's not necessary that you work hard. We would say don't have to. Okay, so these are all, we call these are all modal verbs. So they introduce a mode to the main verb, and this is about, you can see it as freedom to act. So on a spectrum, if we look at this spectrum here, so there's a positive side and a negative side. So positive, we could say, so a kind of strong freedom to act, or a strong meaning would be must, which describes a necessity. Okay. Another modal verb that is very strong about freedom to act is have to. We would say this is a obligation. So it's often, an obligation means it's a duty from outside. So it's a rule. You have to do your homework. It's a kind of rule of the course. For example, it's external, not necessity in terms of inside. So I must give up smoking, for example. This is from, have to is outside, must is from inside. Okay. The opposite, so very negative but strong in the other direction, would be mustn't. So this, yeah, it's a necessity, but in a negative way. So it's forbidden. In the middle, meaning it's not necessary. What modal verb would we use for that? Don't have to. Okay. So again, that's necessity, but a negative necessity. And then here, between not necessary and very strong negative, you could use shouldn't. So you could do it, but I don't think it's a good idea. So this is advice. And the negative of shouldn't, or the positive of shouldn't, sorry. Should. This again is. Okay, so that was a summary of the freedom to act modal verbs. So modal verb means helping verbs. These are an extra verb that modifies the main verb of the sentence to introduce obligation, necessity, advice. And I find with German students, the ones that they have the most problems with would be the between don't have to and mustn't. So mustn't is very strong in English, and I think don't have to in English is the same as muss nicht in German. So in general, I find my German students are okay with modal verbs. It's not a problem for them, only maybe between the don't have to and the mustn't. Okay, thank you very much for watching. See you in the next one.